Hello everyone, thank you for joining me again for another painting of this wonderful portrait of a grandfather and his granddaughter. Today we are going to focus our attention on the little girl, Isla. As you can see, I already started mixing up a couple of different shades of skin tone. In this case, I used a slightly peachy colored tone for her cheek area, and then I also included a slightly grayed skin tone to begin some of the shadows around her eyes and mouth. The next step was to work on her eyebrows. I'm sure many of you know that children often have very fair hair, usually very light and kind of almost see-through in a sense. So I added this slightly lighter shade to her hair and eyebrows so that the hairs that I make on top of it look more natural. Now for some details. Many artists like to leave the eyes until last because that's where the soul or the personality of the individual they're painting really comes through. Personally, I like to do them fairly early on. It makes me feel like I have a connection to the individual I'm painting. Next is the eyebrows. Again, I lightened the color of them so that they didn't look quite so stark. Her eyebrows are very fair in color, and you can see a lot of the skin underneath them. I added lots of little individual brush strokes so they looked as natural as possible. The final section I worked on today was her mouth. I started by adding a slightly yellow tinge to the white and going over each of her teeth to make sure the shape was correct. Then I started going in with a slightly grayed version of that yellow to add some shadow to each of her teeth to make them more distinct from one another. Finally, I mixed up a couple of different shades of pink to work on her lips. Isla certainly isn't finished yet, but you can really see how far she's come from the beginning of today's video. Her personality is much more clear than it was before. Thank you for joining me for another video. I hope that you enjoyed the process. Please come back again next time to see the next steps. Have a good day.